Jesus. My hair is so long. Oh my God, I can't even believe it. See, I don't notice how long it is until I have it super clean and conditioned. I throw conditioner in. Oh my God, my glasses are so dirty. Can you see how dirty those are? No wonder I'm having trouble reading. I don't really do well at performing my glasses cleaning. Remember, these are just cheap old glasses. I had these things everywhere. I mean, literally, if you look in like every bag, look, there's 3 pairs right here. Literally, here's just pairs of them. They're all from Home Depot. So it's like, $20 for 3 of them. So I just buy 3-packs or 2 3-packs. I just shove them into everything. They're just readers. So, when I break them, I lose them. I'm like, whatever, I don't care. Other people are like, I lost my glasses. They were like $77. I'm like, yeah, mine were like 8. If that. So that was a scratch. Man, I got to change this out. I got a big old scratch on that one, or a rub. In and out of the pocket, too. That's the other thing. I'm always putting it out of my pocket. So, but Jesus, look at my hair. Holy crap, that's long. I got to get a haircut. My normal haircut guy, Wes, who spent forever to get his license, and now he's back working in a motorcycle shop. The hell, people. Come on, stick with your own profession. Says the man who has no profession. I have no profession. Damn it. Anyway, hey, at least I won't be bitching about the auction anymore. The auction is done. I'll just bitch because I found out that the bank is going to take all the money. Then I don't get anything. So all the stuff I sold, I don't get a thing. I don't even know what's sold. I didn't look. I just have to show up there tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning, Saturday, 8 o'clock, Sunday at 9 o'clock, and Monday. And just take the stuff. Take my things. Here it is. Go enjoy my stuff. I mean, someone has to do it, right? That's how it works. All right, who's messaging me? Someone's messaging me. Did I not put the sound on? What did I do wrong here? Right, haircut. Yo, right, haircut. Exactly. I know. It's long. Anyway, how's everyone doing tonight? It's Thursday. It is Halloween Eve. I guess tonight was trick-or-treat night. We never have trick-or-treaters. There's never a trick-or-treat at my house. 1, you can't find my house. 2, I live on campus, so it's all kids, and the only thing they trick-or-treat for is, Bush Light or something. Bud Light Natural Apple or whatever the hell. I don't know. I'll find the cans on the driveway tomorrow. It's the way it goes. So maybe tomorrow I'll wear some costume. I don't know. We'll surprise everybody, even myself. I'll put on something. I don't know. We'll see. Okay? We'll keep it a mystery. Remember, there's no rhyme or reason for any of this. There's no particular order. It just jumps around. So wherever it might be. Hi there, Todd. How are you, sir? Good to see you. So it's a Thursday night. Rainy, crappy day in Columbus, Ohio today. All that stuff. So, yeah, tomorrow I'll be down at the building handing out my stuff. So if you got some stuff, I'll see you in the next 4 days. I think Don, who's always here, said he got the hot dog roller. Good job, Don. Don, the hot dog guy. And again, like I said, I have no idea what sold, what didn't sell. I don't know. So the things that didn't sell, I'll probably donate, throw away, give away, or try and sell again for whatever. I just can't anymore. And at some point, the building will sell, and then I can be done with this chapter of my life. At least that part of it. That part would be nice. Because I just need a little closure at this point. Closure would be great. 1938. Way back 1938. The radio broadcast of H.G. Wells, The War of the World, as read by Orson Welles. I was not alive. I don't remember this, but I've read many times in stories about this. So basically on the Mercury Record movie or radio hour on CBS, Orson Welles read The War of the Worlds as sort of a live breaking news, blah, blah, blah. And we interrupt the regularly scheduled program for this. And people that turned it on fell for it. Thought it was a real Martian invasion. So there's some hype about how many people actually panicked, how many people actually were listening, how many people bought into it. But there was mass panic because Halloween Eve, somebody said, there's Martians invading, and people bought it. Like people had, someone had a heart attack and died, and people fled their homes trying to, so there's been movies about it and some other things, but yes, tonight is that night, that radio parody. No, there was no charges filed. CBS did not get any trouble by the FCC. There were there was discussions that were done about the responsibility of radio at the time to, be factual. Good luck with that. It's not factual today, and it's 2025. But it did create a mass panic. The people that heard it, that freaked out over this. So careful what you read. As far as I know, the quarterback from Ohio State, who is from California, did not donate his $1.2 million NIL deal to his build homes in Ohio. Okay. None of that's real. So every time you post that, you fall for it. Okay. That is a lie. It is not true. Okay. I saw that about LeBron James and everything else. I checked on Snoops. I was like, how do people fall for this crap? Okay. Don't just blindly post things. Go read. Go do a little research. Take one more click on that little finger and go, oh, wait, that's fake. Stop it. There go another few inches. You can be cousin it. Oh, thank you. Bought the men's restroom partitions. No, get out of here, really? No idea what I'm going to do with them, but they're covered in so many amazing band stickers. They are, actually. They are. They'd make great walls. That's so funny. Okay. The men's restroom partitions. All right. Well, I'll be around there. I'm going to have I'm going to have a angle grinder with a metal cutting blade. So if I need to help cut those off the walls, like cut the bolts and the screws, I'm here for you. I'm here for you to help cut the things apart, because I'm going to bring a Sawzall. I have a bolt, like I said, I have an angle grinder with a metal blade so I can cut things apart if I have to. I don't know if somebody bought the bar. That'll be interesting. I did use a card jack to try and rip it up. So that's going to be, and if not, I'm going to cut it into like sections and just give people sections and let them buy sections for a small donation for me. That since maybe I'll get the money since it's going to the fucking bank. God bless. But yes, I will help you with the men's partitions. Just tell me what day you're coming, and I'll make sure I have the proper tools there, and we'll do a little destruction on the men's room partitions. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Saturday. Woo. I'll be there early because I'm going to the football game. So come early, like 8 a.m. Like get there bright and early. I'll be there at 8. I'll be done by 11. So 8 to 11 Saturday. Come. I will get the partitions. I'll cut them down. Maybe I'll even do it tomorrow. I've got some time. Now that I know you bought them. So all the men's room partitions, right? Maybe I'll cut them down tomorrow and have them stacked and ready to go. Cool. Thank you for letting me know. I will angle grind them. Sparks be flying. I'll get some video. Anyway, so H.G. Wells, yes. Many listeners panicked, and they thought it was real Martian invasion. So don't buy fake news. All right? Stop clicking shit and posting it. Oh my God, this is what's happening. It's like, it's not. Okay? You're a sucker. You're falling for it. You're helping the mental midgets. Just go research. Go read something. Jesus. 1974, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie premieres in Los Angeles, California. Good old Leatherface. That was a good scary movie, right? You know, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. If you didn't see it, go watch it. It's a good Halloween movie. 1979, Motown releases Stevie Wonder's documentary film soundtrack, Journey Through the Secret Life of Plants. Now, I was like, okay, how could he watch his own documentary? I know, I'm fucking horrible. I'm sorry. I am. I'm just terrible. But he can listen to it. So, okay, good. I'm glad it's the soundtrack part. Because I was like, really? Did Stevie make a documentary? That might be... Over here, Stevie. Stevie, no. Turn the camera to the left. To the left. That's good enough. I know. I'm going to hell. It's okay. Promise. I understand that. That's not something that's unbeknownst to me. 1990, George Michael releases his single Freedom 90 with a music video featuring a bunch of supermodels. Naomi Campbell, Linda Evangelista, Christy Turlington, and Cindy Crawford. Also on this day, since I know that it's somewhere else, that our friend Mr. George Michael, where's Mr. George Michael? There's another day where, come on, I'm finding it. George Michael on this day in, what the hell is it? Oh, well, I had it here somewhere. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm hallucinating it. Am I hallucinating it? I must be. Oh, no, right there, 1987. I was like, I know I wrote this thing. I was like, how high am I? I'm not. The debut of George Michael's Faith is released. So 3 years earlier, George Michael released Faith. It peaked at number 1 in the US and the UK. It stayed in the top 10 for 51 non-consecutive weeks, with 12 of those being at number 1. It had 4 number 1s. It had Faith, Father Figure, One More Try, and Monkey. It sold 25 million copies, and it was the first time a white artist was on the black list of soul bands at number 1, which I was like, interesting. So yes, good old George Michael, tearing down those barriers. 2012, Disney buys Lucasfilms Limited. I only found this interesting because they basically bought all the Star Wars properties as well as the Indiana Jones properties and have all the rights to those things. Price tag, $4 billion. With a B. As in, bam, that is some serious cashola. 2021, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees on this day are Foo Fighters, Go-Go's, Jay-Z, Carole King, Todd Rundgren, Tina Turner, LL Cool J, Randy Rhoads, deceased from the band Black Sabbath, and others. Others. 1970, English metal band Black Sabbath makes their first concert debut in the U.S. They do it at Glassboro State College in Glassboro, New Jersey, which is where my sister went to college. Not in 1970, but yes, my sister went to Glassboro State College, so I've been to Glassboro State University a couple of times, actually. A bunch of times. So that's so funny. I did not know that that's where their debut was. But yes, and apparently the show got interrupted twice because they blew the power twice on both the stage and the venue. Glassboro State University in Glassboro, New Jersey, first concert by Black Sabbath in the United States. Of all the places. That's one of those weird ones. 2024, going from 1970 to 2024, Coldplay, English rock band, for the first time plays on stage without all 4 members of the band. Of all the shows, they've always had all 4 members. Bassist Guy Barringham takes ill just before they go on stage in Melbourne, Australia at Marvel Stadium. The show continues, but they're sans their bass player. I don't know how they would have done that. I guess you don't have bass, so I don't know if they added somebody, but yeah, they just went on shorthanded. You do bass. You, that guy over there. 1959, again, I'm just going all over the place. Cliff Richards and the Shadows are number 1 in the UK singles chart with Travelin' Light. I didn't listen to that song. I tried to listen to a bunch of stuff tonight, but that was not one of them. It was their 6th song they ever released, and it was already their 2nd number 1 hit. So good old Cliff Richards. There was something about Cliff Richards that there was a show I didn't write down because I was like, whatever. But it was like in 2013 or something. He went to do a show that was happening like a year later, and people waited in line outside for 9 freaking days. 9 days to get tickets. Like, that's crazy. I mean, we used to wait outside in Rahway and by the train station to get tickets at this little record shop. But I mean, overnight, sometimes, we'd huddle, drink some booze, maybe, you know, what the Rolling Stones keep getting arrested for. I don't know. We'll see. 1963, on the final day of the tour of the Beatles in Sweden, they recorded an appearance on Sverige TV. I think the Sverige, it was a really bizarre spelling, so I'm just going to guess that it's Sverige. The TV is called Drop In. They played She Loves You, Twist and Shout, I Saw Her Standing There, and Long Tall Sally. Sverige, Drop In Stockholm, Sweden. Why some of this stuff comes up, I don't know. It's like, hey, they took a crap today. All right, John Lennon took a crap today. But I run out of stuff sometimes, so. Speaking of 1967 and the Weed Chronicles, Brian Jones this time of Rolling Stones fame admitted in court to possession of Mary J. Wanna. Also allowing his flat to be used to smoke said illicit drugs. Oh, Brian Jones. He did plead not guilty to methadone and cocaine, which they accepted. Okay, we'll let that go. Jones was sentenced to 9 months in Wormwood Scrubs prison. It sounds like something out of Harry Potter. It's Wormwood Scrubs prison for you, lad. I don't know if I want to go to Wormwood Scrubs prison. It does not sound great. Scrubs prison? Like, you gonna a work camp, or you're like the Scrubs? Whatever. It sounds bad. Anyway, he was sentenced to spend 9 months in Wormwood's Scrubs prison. He was released on bail the following day. These guys, man, charmed life. Did they have superpowers of a magistrate in London and in Canada and everywhere else? Other than that, man, they dropped a lot of cash and had a really good freaking lawyer. Because it's like I said, 11 times, I think it said that, again, Jagger was 9, the band was 11 times. I mean, 20 plus arrests, at least, for the band. These guys, and Keith Richards, for the love of God, every time you look, it was and it wasn't just pot, heroin, cocaine, possession of heroin. I'm like, dude, stay away from Canada. Canada's not your friend. Just saying. Jesus. 1967, Tyrannosaurus Rex, or as everybody knows them as T-Rex, because why the hell would you call yourself Tyrannosaurus Rex? T-Rex is better as that abbreviation. Just go with T-Rex. They recorded a session for UK Radio 1, Top Gear, the show Top Gear. Apparently it was a music show, not this car show that it is now. Don't ask me, man. I'm not British, and I don't know how it got there. Anyway, the group did so without a record contract. They said that was the first time in BBC radio history that they had a band that performed on that show that did not have a record contract. Interesting. I mean, they were still, I guess, good enough to be there. Who knows? 1968, I Heard It Through the Grapevine. The hit song of Martin Gaye was released, and it was number 1 in the U.S., and it was 15th solo hit, but his first UK number 1. 1970, Elton John released his third album, Tumbleweed Connection. The cover art was Elton John and Bernie Taupin in front of a 19th century train station representing the album's rural American concept. The only problem was it was shot at a train station 30 miles outside of London. South of London, it was the Horsted Keynes station in England. So it was not actually an American train station, which it was meant to be. It was actually shot at some old school English train station. Oh, Elton, you teaser, you. 1970, Jim Morrison of The Doors was fined and sentenced to 6 months in jail. This all stems from him being found guilty of exposing himself during a gig in Miami, Florida. There was a whole big to-do. The trial went on for a while. If you ever saw the Doors movie, there was that part about it in there. He was let out on bond, and he skipped. He never went to jail because he wound up dying in Paris about 7 months or 8 months from now, in July of 71. So he did not make it into prison. I believe they found, they exonerated him or whatever, let him out just a couple of years ago. Miami finally was like, oh, well, we're going to forgive Jim Morrison. Whatever. Forgive him. 1990. I did that already. I did that. I didn't switch the page correctly. I just flipped it over. So there was my error for the evening. I'm not going to let the camera go to black tonight. I'm like feverishly staring at the little screen. 1971. Pink Floyd released their 6th album, Meddle. Meddle, metal, not metal and not metal. Meddle, like don't meddle with me. In the U.S., it was the first feature One of These Days, and the 23-minute long track Echoes, which took up all of side 2 of the vinyl. So, one song was the entire side. So that even beats Inagata Davida. 1971, John Lennon went to #1 with his song, Imagine. The album contains 2 songs that attack Paul McCartney. How Do You Sleep? And Crippled Inside. Apparently, Lennon was having a row with McCartney at that point. I was not aware of that. Early edits contain a photo of Lennon holding a pig. And I guess this was a mockery of Paul McCartney holding a sheep for his album Ram. Again, mocking him and poking fun at him with song. They were brawling. I don't know. Those Liam Gallagher brothers and Paul McCartney and John Lennon. What happened to them? They were such good friends. Anyway, the cover of the actual album was a Polaroid picture, and it was actually shot by Andy Warhol. Good old Andy. 1978, Blondie released her single, Hangin' on the Telephone. I did listen to that tonight. That is such a good song, actually. I was like, oh, yeah, that is a good song. I was like, I always remember. Blondie was always a good one. It was a single, and the album from Parallel Lines. The song gave Blondie her 3rd top 10 hit. I remember how she got her name. We talked about that. She was walking to a show at CBGB's, and the construction worker catcalled and said, "Hey, Blondie!" So she went with it. So Deborah Harry became Blondie. I was like, oh yeah, I like that. Funny. Basically, good job there, catcalling worker guy in New York City. 1982, Australian band Men at Work had the #1 hit in the U.S. single with, come on, you know it, because you had to have heard it because everybody played it at that point. Who Can You Be Now? The first #1 for the group in the U.S. #1 in the U.S. In the UK, number 45. Apparently the UK did not like the Australian band very much. That's a far cry from number 3. No, 45 in the UK. #1 in the US. I do remember that song. Who can it be now? Pa, 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 pa. Who can it be knocking at my door? Go away. Don't come round here no more. I don't know why I remember all those lyrics to that song. Shitbags gonna be shitbags. Axl Rose, Guns N' Roses, was released from jail on a $10,000 bail after his arrest for allegedly hitting his neighbor over the head with a bottle. the whole thing stemmed from a noise complaint to the police about loud music coming from his house. Apparently, Rose accosted and attacked the neighbor who called the police on his loud music. I mean, it was probably loud, bro. You're Axl Rose. You're probably loud. So what are the cops gonna do? Turn the music down. I mean, I've had the cops calling me for loud music. I think that my most favorite time of the police ever showing up to my house was we were sitting on the porch. I have a porch that overlooks like the campus ravine. And it was all adults. I don't think there was anybody there that was under 40, to be perfectly honest. Candles, big bar set up. We're boozing and music was on. But I had my megaphone, the red one, which is here somewhere. You can see it back here. See the red megaphone? Okay, can you see that? The megaphone, see my megaphone? Anyway, my obnoxious megaphone, who would always yell at people in the ravine. So we happened to be yelling at people that night in the ravine. And it's loud. It's a megaphone. You know, when it carries, we're up on the hill and yelling at people that are walking down below. You're going the wrong way, driving their cars, whatever. So we see flashlight coming down the path in the neighbor's house because you can't get to my yard. So they have to come to the neighbor's house and see the cop and, comes around the corner. And I'm just like, oh no, it's the police, as he turns the corner. And he shines a light on us like, gotcha! And we're all standing there, and I really remember we were standing there, and I'm like, yes, noise complaint. And he just looked at, and he was so unhappy, because he was like, ugh, damn adults. Oh, that was the amusing part of that one. See, look at that. I did watch the timer, even though it was getting down to the end. At least it didn't go to black. So yes, the cops do show up for noise complaints, but he just left. He didn't yell or scream. He literally, I said, megaphone too much. And he just was like, shook his head and was like, ugh, and walked away. Didn't even say anything to us. So Axl, what are you doing, man? Smashing bottles over your neighbors' heads. What are you going to do, right? 1998. Did I say that already? No, I didn't. Speaking of Black Sabbath having their first show on this date, October 30th, Glasgow University, 1970. In 1998, all four members of Black Sabbath reunited for one moment and played the song Paranoid on late night show host David Letterman. Interesting. All of them played on David Letterman, even though they were broken up for years. Good old David. Okay, this one, I had to go. I was like, seriously? I was just going to skip right over it, but then I was like, no freaking way. That's ridiculous. 2000, Britney Spears. Seriously, Britney Spears. Her website launches an initiative for mathematics and physics. It's like BritneySpears.ac. And you can go to this website and there's like Britney Spears talking about like physics and like equations. And I was like, wait, what? I wasn't going to click it because I was like, this has to be a scam. This has to be a virus site or something. But you can go to BritneySpears.ac and it's like Britney Spears this, Britney Spears mathematic equations. I'm like, wait, really? I didn't know Britney Spears was like a physics major. Who knew? I mean, there are people that are really smart in the music industry, but I did not think Britney was one of them. That's just me. Just saying. 2002, Jam Master Jay was murdered on this day, assassinated, as they put it, by a single gunshot in his record studio in Queens, New York. They said it may have been by a drug dealer, but one place said drug dealer, one place said one place said, yeah. I was like, all right. So I left it at what it said, assassinated. He was assassinated by a single bullet in Queens, New York. It did say that in the 1980s, Run DMC was one of the biggest hip-hop artists on the planet. And they are credited with breaking hip-hop into the mainstream music scene. I could see that. You know, Run DMC, I could see them doing that. Speaking of shitbags, Vince Neil, arrested for apparently knocking out a sound guy at Gillies music venue in Dallas, Texas. Apparently, Neil wanted the sound guy to turn up his guitar. As the sound man was doing that, Neil attacked him, knocking him unconscious for close to a minute. He was arrested for assault. What the fuck? Seriously? I mean, he's the sound guy. Don't do drugs, people. Don't do drugs, all right? 2006, Arctic Monkeys won the Q Award for Best Musical Act. Other award winners, they had 4 nominations, but other award winners were U2 for something. Also Boy George for something. The Who for being old, and Primal Scream for something I didn't really care about. Because it's more than one award. You know, it's like Best Artist Inspirational. I think one of them was Inspiration. I think The Who was old. 2007, Elvis is back on top of the dead celebrities' earnings. Dead celebrity Elvis Presley earned $49 million in 2007. John Lennon, $44 million. Peanuts creator Charles Schultz came in third. George Harrison came in with a whopping $22 million. And in 2006, the year before, Kurt Cobain was the top grossing dead celebrity of all, even outbeating Elvis and others. 2015, Adele, number 1. That's all I'm giving you. More dead celebrities in 2019, dead celebrity cash. Michael Jackson back on top, cranking past everybody else with $60 million in the coffers for dead celebrity. Elvis only at 39 mil. George Harrison, a cool 9, where John Lennon beat his ass and had 14 mil. Born on this day, Grace Slick of Jefferson Airplane and White Rabbit fame. Jerry DeBorg from Jesus Jones. Gavin Rosdale from Bush. Henry Winkler, the Fonz, turns 80 today. I got to meet Henry once. I was in New York at Sirius XM, and Nick Carter was there. The Fonz was wearing a purple outfit. He was super nice. He was really nice. Like, holy crap, bro, you are like way too nice. He was just like, oh my God, nice to meet you. Just sat there and talked to us, shake your hand, give us a hug. I was too shy to ask for him. Since it wasn't my studio, I didn't ask for a picture. I was there with Mace. Nick Carter got the picture. He posts it all the time. So I guarantee he posted it today. So if you see a picture with Fonz and Nick Carter wearing a purple sweater, I was right next to him. I just didn't step into the picture because it wasn't my picture. So I didn't want to be like, oh, by the way, because it was the Fonz, Henry and all. Also, Kevin Pollak, birthday from The Usual Suspects. The only person besides Run DMC's on the list of deaths was Linda Stein. Linda Stein was the Ramones manager, and I guess she was found beaten to death by her personal assistant, I guess. I don't know. Her husband was a big media or big real estate mogul. But yeah, I didn't know that's how she died. When I read the whole thing. I'm like, Jesus. So, not a great way to go. And, as far as dead celebrity goes, there it is. And tomorrow is the penultimate of dead celebrityness because it is Halloween. We'll see about who died on actual Halloween. I did not look ahead. I don't typically do that because I, have enough time trying to get this done in 2 hours, writing my chicken scratch. I'm almost through this whole thing. Okay, this again, I only started this a few months back, because I'm doing 6-7 pages a night for your enjoyment and pleasure. do this. I think it's just to keep me out of the bars. Anyway, yeah, tomorrow's Halloween, so happy Halloween. Wear a costume. Do something fun. Screw with your coworkers. Anything. I'll probably do something obnoxious just because. Why not? Besides that, have a wonderful rest of your evening. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. I'll tell you how the first day of auction pickup goes. And I will cut all the men's bathrooms down, panels. I love the fact that somebody bought those. That's brilliant. There's things that didn't sell that I thought would. But yeah, the panels, that's awesome. It's art. I love the fact that somebody bought the art from the station. That's a brilliant thing. Anyway, have a great evening. I appreciate you. I thank you very much. All that good stuff. Just grateful to have the time here with y'all. Let's do what we always do at this time of night, and then we'll just fade to black. I need to get a haircut. Holy crap, is my hair long.